But another one, which I think is really fascinating, is thinking about buildings, and it's not really where the industry does this, but where we see buildings is a great example of how scenario planning could be useful. And Stuart Brand wrote a book that I love called How Buildings Learn, because we can't think of anything more structured than bricks and mortar or steel and concrete, right? We put it in the ground and it's just involatile. It doesn't move and it just sits there and it is what it is, right? But his research, and this was great, I visited his houseboat in Sausalito as he was writing this book, and he had these bins of 3x5 cards where he was taking all of these notes, and he was very excitedly sharing these insights that he was getting about how you would find a building that was at one point a market or an apartment and had been transformed into a medical office or into a retail establishment, and the building learned, right? The building had walls that were taken out, new paint, new hallways put in, new plumbing, electricity, whatever it was that was needed, and the building could evolve. And so organizations think of themselves often as being we're stuck in these structures and there's nothing that we can do about what we do, because this is kind of, in the case of education, this is how education's been delivered. This is, it's a proven method. We know what we're doing. And so the future looks pretty much like today. But there are things that change. The world changes, and I think buildings are a great example of that. And I think about the quote from Marcel Proust, goes something about, this, not seeking new lands, but seeing with new eyes. And I think when we think about the data that we're facing today and how we think about the future, it's really about looking at that through a new perspective. And scenario planning gives you the ability to see what is happening today with a new vision, with new eyes set on reinterpreting within the framework of the permission of the scenarios to think about and imagine different futures.